Hi everybody, Bob with Knives Town here. Today we're going to take a look at a knife from Kershaw. This is the Kershaw R.A.M. knife. And we've got basically an everyday carry, sort of combination tactical everyday carry knife here. Ships in a plastic sleeve with some literature. Congratulations on purchasing a Kershaw. And then there's knife care tips and that kind of thing here. It's a black knife with a black blade and a mean flipper. So, if that equates to tactical in your mind, then so be it. It does have an unusual lock on it, but just for a quick look at it there, it's not an assisted opener, although you may have thought so with how fast I was able to get it open. It's got one of the most effective flippers I've ever seen. It doesn't take hardly any effort at all, and when you do, it shoots out fast. And that's because of the way it's been, the angle that it's at. It gives fantastic leverage. Let's just do the specs here. That is a 3 1/8 inch blade. It does have the the black coating on it to protect it. It's made of Sandvik 13 C26 steel, and it is hollow ground. The handle is 6061 T6 aluminum, and it has a G10 overlay for the scales. The weight is 3.8 ounces. Let's get a close-up on the blade there. You can see the shape of it. It's got this two-stage. It drops and then it comes down to a point there with a swedge. It's an interesting shape right there. Hollow ground right there, down to a thin edge. It does get to a very keen, very thin edge. You can see that it really comes to a very needle point right there at the tip. Although it's nice and thick, it's thick here, but it comes down to quite a thin point. So it's really good on piercing. And of course you can imagine how sharp that makes it. This knife is just razor sharp out of the box. Really sharp. You're probably noticing these thumb studs, plural. That's how they made this knife. Rather than a single thumb stud, it's 3 smaller studs to give more space and more traction for your thumb. It's an interesting idea. It's good on piercing, very sharp, and very good on with the sweep there. Very good on slicing, slashing, draw cut, all of those. Very useful design blade. There is some jimping on the top there. G10 slab here on top of the T6 aluminum. And you can see that the clip, it is swappable to 3 positions. It can swap there or to this side, but not there. So it's a 3-position clip. Open channel design, pillar construction. The clip it's got a good spring to it. This is the Hawk lock system here. And essentially the knife blade is locked open. It's not a liner lock, but it is locked right now, locked and wiggle free. If you want to close that, however, though, you pull this back, and that will disengage the lock, and the knife can be closed. It does not lock the blade closed. The lock only locks the blade open. And like I was mentioning about those pocket, or I mean the thumb studs, they can be used. They can be used. You don't have to use the flipper. You can use those thumb studs to open the blade, and they work just as well. You want to close it, then you pull that rearward and close the blade. The flipper, though, is the real star of the show here. That flipper is addictive. It really works well, and that will almost with almost no effort, the blade just flies out. It's very well designed. Someone was really thinking about angles and leverages. Really works well. You can see we've got 2 finger grooves here. Your hand fits just really nice in there, fits real well in the choil right there. Very good. Ergonomics are very good. It does have a lanyard hole back here. Checkering on the G10. That's a G10 piece on the lock. Well made, well done, like you would expect from Kershaw. That's the Kershaw R.A.M. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll see you again.